Living longer, living healthier, living better than ever before. Welcome to Mountain Pacific's Healthy Living for Life, a weekly series that gives you the information, education, and expert insight you need to become an active participant in today's ever-changing healthcare climate. Here now is today's program host.
Staying warm this winter and saving on your utility bills. Can you really do both? Today we share tips for weatherizing your home and the benefits of doing so, some of which you may not know. We'll also learn about programs that help struggling households stay on top of their heating bills. Welcome to Healthy Living for Life, a show dedicated to helping you do just that. I'm your host, Sarah Medley. We'll be right back after this. You can use less energy and still keep warm this winter. Here to tell us how is Deb Martin-Young from Northwestern Energy to talk about Efficiency Plus or E Plus and how it can help you save money, stay warm, and even more. So welcome, Deb. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks. It's my pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. So E Plus covers a wide range of topics about how to make our homes more efficient. Can you talk to us about E Plus and how it can save money?
So Efficiency Plus is the umbrella that Northwestern Energy gives to all of our energy efficiency, small-scale renewable and low-income programs. For the most part, when people think about their energy bills, there are really three things to look at. One is the rates. That's the cost per unit of electricity or natural gas. Then there is the weather, which we don't have any control of. But then there are the things that we can do, which is to see how we use energy, and we can make choices there, and that affects how our bills are. So what I want to talk about are some things opportunities that we have for customers to better manage their energy costs, whether it's through our rebates that we offer for a wide array of insulation and heating equipment, programmable thermostats, or our home energy audit, where customers who are space and water heat customers, can get a full assessment of their house and get custom recommendations. There are a lot of reasons people want to do things about their energy usage, and sometimes it has to do with the environment. Sometimes they're looking for the rebates or tax credits, and we'll have a chance to talk about those things more today as well.
Oh, that is great. So let's talk about tax credits. So I don't think a lot of people realize that that is an option. So tell us more about that.
So in addition to rebates that customers may be able to get from their local utility or from Northwestern Energy in our case, there are state and federal tax credits that are often tied to Energy Star qualified products or measures that have certain attributes, whether it's a small-scale renewable project or some high-efficiency measures. The best spot in Montana to look for those things is through the Montana Department of Environmental Quality, and they have a link there that will give folks the resources available to them. On our website, we give links for those tax credits as well. And then there's a national directory where people can go and look up their rebates that are available and the tax credits that are available specific to their state, and learn more about federal tax credits as well. Best place to go, though, is also to check with your tax advisor.
Excellent advice. So let's talk about projects that people can take on to make their homes more energy efficient. Can you describe some of those projects that I might, for example, be able to do?
There's a whole range of things that people can do. Some are behavioral, some are things that you can do on your own, and others are things that you'd like to bring in a contractor probably to help you out with. So behavioral things are like turn down the thermostat when you're not at home or when you're sleeping. You can also look at the temperature of your refrigerator or the hot water in your house. Those are kind of behavioral things. The biggest thing is if it's not in use, shut it off. Don't have it running if you're not actually using it. But then there are the do-it-yourself measures. Air sealing. Sealing up air leaks is a great way to reduce the heating costs associated with a home and to make your home more comfortable. We have some videos out on our website, how-to videos for installing door weather stripping, door sweeps, putting in gasket covers behind outlet plates, using foam caulk to seal up other air leaks. So we give you some tips out there, and we encourage folks to check out those resources.
So I could imagine that there are other things like electronics that we use in our home and our offices. So I think about computers, and obviously lights are one, but gaming consoles and other things we keep plugged in. Talk to us about what we might do to be more efficient with those kinds of products.
Let's start with lighting, because buying lighting has gotten really complicated. And we always say follow the 4 L's. Whether you're buying an LED or a compact fluorescent light bulb, or CFL it's called, check the location. Make sure the product you're buying is rated for the location where you want to use it. This information will be on the packaging, so read that little fine print. Some products won't work outside. Some aren't rated for dimmer switches, so you want to make sure you've got what you're rated for where you want to place it. Then look at the light. Don't worry about the watts. We want to have at least as many lumens as the bulb you're replacing, and that you have the color temperature you're looking for. A soft, warm light is the most common light that people have, and that would be a 2700 K on the box. If you wanted white, bright light, that would be more like 5000 K. So read the fine print. Label, look for the Energy Star label. That's because that will give you assurances that the manufacturer has met warranty criteria, and then know that you're going to use less energy. LEDs and CFLs use a 1/4 or a 1/6 as much electricity as traditional incandescent bulbs and can last 8 to 10 times longer.
So what about other appliances? So I'm thinking of my refrigerator and all the things that I keep plugged in. Talk to us about those.
So I didn't answer your question about the electronics. Sorry about that.
Yes, let's go back.
Yeah, computers and televisions. In recent years, we've made huge improvements in the energy efficiency of those products. But you still want to make sure that they take advantage of the sleep mode. A newer TV uses far less electricity than an old TV. Depending on the size. Size still matters. The bigger the screen, the more energy it's going to use. But a TV that's made in the last 5 years is going to use less energy than one 10 years old. Look at the information. There's actually yellow guides for energy usage on televisions these days. That's how big of an energy user they've gotten to be. Refrigerators, it set them at the right temperature, and look for the Energy Star label. Look for the features that you want in energy efficient appliances, and then buy the one that has what you want for features, and then check out for the most efficient product you can. I want to make one last plug for our home energy audit. Northwestern Energy offers a great service for our space and water heat customers for homes that haven't been audited in the past, and we would encourage folks to go to our website and give us a call and see if their home may qualify.
Thank you so much, Deb, for imparting all of that great information. Coming up after the break, no matter your situation, you do not have to suffer through the cold this winter. There are programs available to make sure you stay warm and that can help you lower your heating costs. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Winter can bring some extreme temperatures, and for some people, facing a long, cold winter means having to choose between heating their homes and buying groceries or keeping up with their medications. No one should have to make such choices. Joining me now is Sam Hall, who's here to talk about how many Montanans don't have to choose. Welcome, Sam.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. So you are with the Rocky Mountain Development Council. So can you talk to us about the Rocky Mountain Development Council and how it helps folks?
Absolutely. So Rocky Mountain Development Council just celebrated its 52nd year. It was started in 1965 as a part of Lyndon B. Johnson's War on Poverty. And RMDC is Human Resource Development Council, or an HRDC. We have lots of acronyms. And the intent of the HRDCs when they were developed was to take a look at pressing needs in the communities that they serve and develop programs that are intended to not only provide for some basic human necessities, but also help people move themselves out of poverty. So Rocky Mountain Development Council has identified needs in the 3 counties that we serve, which are Jefferson, Broadwater, and Lewis and Clark. And so we've developed 8 kind of core programs that we administer to provide assistance. So we've got a whole range of programs. One of them is energy services, which I'm here to talk about today. Another is our nutrition programs. So that includes Meals on Wheels, aggregate meals at senior centers across the counties that we serve, and really is an important program providing some basic necessities. We also have housing and community development programs. We have retired service volunteer programs. We have senior information resources, area agency on aging, Head Start programs, Rocky Mountain Preschool, and a program called Spirit of Service that we work to deliver in the communities that we serve.
Sam, what a list of comprehensive services. So we're talking today about energy assistance. So can you talk to us about the program LEAP and the types of things it offers?
LEAP is the Low Income Energy Assistance Program, and the intent of LEAP is to help offset heating fuel costs that are incurred during the heating season. Our heating season runs from October 1st through April 30th each year, and it's a very valuable program. It's intended to free up limited resources and enable people to focus those resources on moving themselves into a better situation.
So when we think about low income folks, what does that mean exactly?
Well, the guidelines change every year. They're based on a number of factors. Probably the best thing to do would be to go to the Department of Public Health and Human Services website and take a look at the income and resource limits that are effective for the current heating season. We do find that people are often surprised that they're eligible for the program. I guess to give you a couple examples, a household of one can earn up to $22,700 per year, and a household of four can earn as much as $43,600 per year. So people are often surprised that they are actually eligible for this assistance program.
So when they check on the programs, what do they need to do to fill out the application?
The applications are pretty involved. We really encourage people to get in touch with our office, sit down with the LEAP eligibility technician and really look through your specific circumstances, and we can help guide people as far as the documentation requirements for their situation. So it's really important to get in touch with your individual office. Again, the way that the program is set up is by county. So if you live in Montana, again, you can go to the Montana DPHHS site, and it will tell you which energy assistance office is going to serve the counties that you live in.
So once you're accepted for LEAP, do you have to reapply every year, or is one application good enough for a number of years? You
do have to reapply every year. If you were on LEAP in the prior heating season, you'll get a pre-printed application mailed to you. But if you've moved, or if you're a new applicant, you would need to get in touch with the Energy Assistance Office that serves your area.
So talk to us about the Weatherization program.
Weatherization is kind of a sister program to LEAP. The intent of LEAP is to help reduce the cost burden, and the intent of Weatherization is to really lower the heating costs to begin with. It's a pretty involved program, and a lot of technical guidance goes with it. But LEAP is the doorway for eligibility with respect to Weatherization. So if you're eligible for LEAP, you're automatically put on a Weatherization priority list, and the HRDC that serves your area works down that list in sequential order.
So Sam, in the about a minute that we have left, can you give me a couple of examples of weatherization that you might do?
Yeah, it's a very detailed analysis that we put into the home. We use blower doors to quantify air exchange rates, and often we'll use thermal imagery to look for gaps and voids in insulation, and also address leaky areas in the home. We generally clean, test, and tune mechanical systems, and use an energy modeling program to really prioritize cost-effective measures.
Wow, that is really detailed, all of that work. Well, Sam, thank you so much for being with us.
Glad to be here. Thank you.
So we need to take a break, but next we'll talk about yet another program that can help make sure you stay warm this winter. Don't go away, we'll be right back. Sometimes life throws you a curveball and money gets tight, or we find ourselves in the middle of an emergency that makes it tough to make ends meet. That's stressful enough without having to worry about keeping the heat and lights on. Joining us now is Rachel Haberman with Energy Share of Montana, a program that helps people handle some of life's curveballs. Welcome, Rachel.
Thank you.
It's great to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
So Energy Share of Montana is different from LEAP. So can you talk to us about some of those differences?
Sure. Energy Share is a private nonprofit organization, and we don't want Montanans to go cold in the wintertime. So our primary purpose is to help Montanans who are facing loss of heat or lights in their home, usually for circumstances or reasons that are beyond their control, things they didn't see coming, like you said, the curveballs. And as far as the differences go, Energy Share again is privately funded, LEAP is federally funded. With Energy Share, you really need to be facing an emergency situation. So you've got a disconnect notice or a low propane tank and absolutely no money to pay that bill yourself. That is what we would consider to be an energy emergency. With LEAP, you do not have to be facing an emergency to apply for LEAP. Another difference is that Energy Share assistance is usually not more than once every 10 years or so, and with LEAP you can get it as many years as you qualify for it. So every year that you qualify for LEAP you can get that. Energy Share, because of our private funding, we look at the individual circumstances surrounding the application, and with LEAP it's more of a black and white guidelines, their eligibility guidelines that they have. So those are the main differences. Both programs help with your heat, no matter what your heat source is, whether it's electricity, natural gas, propane, and then you can apply for both Energy Share and LEAP at the same offices around the state.
So do you actually pay people's bills? How does that work?
Well, what we do is when someone is approved for Energy Share, we send a check to their energy provider. So it goes directly to the provider once again.
So how do you decide that you can help a family?
Really, again, you have to be looking at an emergency situation. People live from paycheck to paycheck. Most people don't have enough money in savings to make it very far. And so things happen. A car can break down, an illness, your wages are cut, your hours are cut at work. Lots of really horrible things can happen. And we look at those individual circumstances when someone comes to apply for Energy Share.
So if someone has one of those emergency situations, what should they do? Do they call your office or go to the website?
Yes, they can call Energy Share's toll-free number, or they can contact their HRDC that is closest to them. And those there are 10 HRDCs across the state. If they call our toll-free number, we'll refer them to the office that handles applications for their area. They can also look on our website, and there's a listing of which counties are covered by which office. So they should contact them. I also encourage people to contact their energy provider if they're having problems, because you need to keep that communication open and let them know what's going on with your situation.
So you mentioned you're a nonprofit.
Mm-hmm.
So do you actually receive private donations?
We do. Every November there's a donation envelope or pledge card in your energy bill. If you're a member of an electric cooperative, it'll be in the monthly Rural Montana magazine that co-op members receive. You can donate electronically on our website. If you want to add it to your utility bill, most energy providers will just pass it right along to Energy Share. You should check with your energy provider first. Donations are tax deductible, and 100% of those individual donations are used first in the area that they came from. So people really are helping their neighbors when they donate to Energy Share.
So it's hard for people to accept assistance, and we all know
really
that.
is.
So can you talk to us about how to make that a bit easier for folks?
Sure. Some people actually won't apply if they feel like it's a handout. And we don't want that to happen. Again, we don't want Montanans to go cold. So people can always repay their assistance if they want to. In some cases, we have local committees that review the applications. And so in some cases, those local committees will actually ask the person to repay the assistance. When we get those repayments, we put that money back into the pot of money, and it helps someone else in that area who's in need. So it's a really good program, and it's a good way for people to get the help if they don't feel like they can take a handout.
And how many Montanans have you helped with this program?
Over 34 years, we have helped 57,000 Montana families with emergency bill assistance. Last year, we helped over 3,100 households with both emergency bill assistance and then some smaller programs. We have weatherization, furnace safety, water heater safety.
It is so great what you're doing for the citizens of Montana. Thank you so much for being on our show.
Thank you very much.
That concludes our show this week. Thanks to Rachel and all of today's guests for joining us to talk about such an important topic as we head into colder months. And thank you for joining us. Until next time, stay warm, and as always, stay fit, stay well, and stay healthy for life. With Healthy Living for Life. Have a great week, everyone.
Healthy Living for Life is brought to you by Mountain Pacific Quality Health. We'd love to hear from you. If you have suggestions for future programs, visit our website at mpqhf.org or call us at 406-443-4020. You can also catch us on YouTube by visiting our website and clicking on the YouTube icon. Special thanks to Fire Tower Coffee House and Roasters. Production facilities provided by Video Express Productions.